YouTube, y'all, we come with 8 most disturbing phone calls ever recorded. Not gonna lie though, like if you still got a house phone, nigga, you the problem. Like I'm not even gonna lie to you, cause what are we doing? It's 2023. Like who is calling you? Like your grandma should at least have an Android by now. Like if your grandma is calling you on a house phone, she has to be like really old. Like she has to be in her 90s, like maybe hundreds. Cause there's just no simple way that you can to explain that to me. Well, nah. Like if you like one of those people that don't really want to text and like stay away from social media and shit. But other than that, like what the fuck are we doing? But yo, man, the Lakers are in the fucking playoffs, so life is good. Life is good. Just just going on with life. How y'all been? I hope y'all been good. And if you haven't, hey, it's all temporary. Like just remember that. Like that's really like the main thing that we tend to forget. Like when we go through bad stuff, that it's temporary. Cause like you remember that time like you was like down and out about like some bush. Now you cool. Like now you off that. Now you on to something new. So don't even worry about it. It's gonna pass. Like everything else. Happiness pass. Sadness pass. That's life. It got like it's like a heartbeat. A heartbeat goes up and down. If you always was like happy, like you was never sad, you could never appreciate the happy times. And if you was always sad, it's like damn, like you flatline, like you really flatline. If everything just like stays the same, you're dead because it's a heartbeat. So you got to go up, down, up, down. Sometimes you like remain a little bit the same. And boom, 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 boom. But y'all, let's go ahead and jump to this video. Welcome new subscribers, new people. Let's go. Most disturbing calls ever received.
A few summers ago, my old phone of 2 years began ringing.
2 years?
I had a new one, but my old one rang.
You had an iPhone.
I had to dig through my closet to even find it. A private number was calling the phone.
Hell nah.
I answered it, thinking it could have been an old friend who didn't have my new number yet.
Well, you know you thought that was your ex.
But it was a man with a strange accent I didn't recognize. He knew my name, knew my story, knew where I lived, etc. I was genuinely worried, so I asked him how he got all this information. He said we had met the night before at a house party, which I was at one, but I was with my friends, and I wasn't even drunk. I remember the whole night. We went back and forth for a few minutes, when he told me to meet him down by the river in 5 minutes and hung up.
Nigga, who?
I knew exactly where he meant. I'm not usually easily intimidated, but this had me panicking.
You got to come to me.
I asked my friends who went to the party with me if they were playing a prank, and they told me they were being serious about it not being them. I knew they were being genuine too, because they all offered to show up to the river with me to see who it was.
Real man, romance.
There were 5 of us that went. We pulled up at a distance and slowly started walking to the spot described over the phone. It was dark and hard to see anything.
You got a
But
flashlight?
on the other side of the riverbank, we could all see a white van with tinted windows parked on the side of the road.
Hell no, turn around. Hell
It wasn't
no.
on, but it was still weird because no one ever parked here. There was no reason to, there was nothing nearby. We started walking up to it, and that's when the engine started and the headlights turned on. We all turned, running into a field where it couldn't follow
It's
us.
5 of y'all.
Did this have anything to do with the phone call? I can't be sure, but I personally think it did.
Bruh, that's it?
This did my PS3.
Oh, hell no. You got me thinking like some bullshit. Man, that was it? Man, yo, scary ass boy talking about man, what the hell? What? Shut the fuck
For sale on Craigslist. It came with a ton of games, and I wasn't asking for much, so I got calls all the time. This time, I got a call in the complete dead of night.
Okay.
It was like 3:30 a.m. when I woke up to my ringtone.
Man, I missed the PS3, man.
Yeah, I would get a lot of calls, but I had never gotten one this late in the night before.
The fuck?
I was still half asleep when I picked up the phone. Immediately, this normal-sounding guy started talking to me.
What is normal?
He said he was
sounding?
calling about the PS3 I listed, and offered something crazy like $5 for the whole thing.
Oh, hell no.
I mumbled something about how that was way too low.
Oh, me.
It went silent for a few seconds, when out of nowhere this text-to-speech, robotic-sounding voice started listing off extremely personal information. Way more than what was public on my Craigslist account.
Nah. Just imagine, like, you on the phone talking about, like your, say you order some shoes, you, like, on the phone talking about some shoes, like, with the person. It's like, yeah, I just want some Jordan 12s, you know, high top, like just some bullshit. You just lifting out shit. It's like is this Brandon that lives on fucking Black People fucking road? I'm like, what the fuck? Like bruh, I promise you, that's happened to me on fucking like PS4. Like somebody was like, hey, hold up, this you? You live boom 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 at this place? Like what? Your color, your house is this color? Boom boom boom. I was like, what the fuck? Man, hell nah, I do not fuck with that shit. But then like it happened to me so many times. I'm like, pull up, nigga. Like what the hell? We just talking at this point. Like if you really about it, pull up. Like
Listed where I lived, the school I went to, the car I drove, the
What?
names of all my family members, and a lot of other stuff.
sometimes you gotta double
I sat
down.
up, panicked, and hung up the phone.
Pull up,
I got
pull
an
up.
immediate call
Since
back.
you know
from
so
the
much.
number, but this time I didn't answer.
Cause you could be like in fucking
Just something about the way it
Washington,
switched
they ass
from a
in
normal
California.
sounding guy to all of a sudden a text-to-speech voice still freaks me out. Thankfully, nothing else ever happened.
Nah, you just
I
sound
have
scared.
no idea how this guy was able to get my personal information.
Hell nah. Had to do
This
that
happened when I was 13 and home alone. I got a phone call. I was greeted with a man's voice.
shit. Why is it always me?
I sell security systems. Are your parents home? I replied saying no. Does your house have a security system? Again, I said no because it didn't.
Hell
Okay. The phone line went dead. I quickly realized
Nigga, you're a lick. They got your ass, dumbass boy. Nigga, they got you with the easy trick in the book. Like, yo, your family home? Nah, not for real. Do you have any security? No, not for real. What's the code to your safe? 0550? Oh, okay. Boop, nigga, they're coming. What are you doing? Like, nigga, what the hell? You just basically handed them the key. Like,
my mistake and checked the locks on all the doors and windows.
what the hell?
After I made sure everything was locked, I grabbed a kitchen knife and locked myself in my bedroom. My bedroom had a
It's too
window that
late.
faced outside the front of the house.
It's too late.
I live in a
Gotcha.
cul-de-sac, but since it was a work day, none of my neighbors were home. Still, there was a car I didn't recognize parked down the road.
It's
I
always
called the
right
cops
there,
and
man.
kept my eyes on it while I waited for them to show up. Suddenly, a man ran out of a bush just in front of our house and towards the car.
What?
He got in and immediately drove off. I saw all of it. When police arrived, I told them about the man and showed them the bush he was hiding in. The bush was just under our house's dining room window. There were clear marks of someone trying to break into it.
And we can't get to your ass.
I was in my early
That's
teenage
L
years and
man.
had just
Like, he
recently
gave you the
gotten my
whole
first phone.
setup and everything.
I got a call from an unknown caller. Nowadays, I'm much more cautious in answering these, but back then I didn't fully understand the concept of phones and answered to pretty much anyone that called.
I'm mad,
I
but
picked up and instantly didn't recognize the voice.
beep,
It sounded like an older man.
beep.
I said, "Who is this?"
What is it
To
to
which
talk
he
about?
responded, "Why do you want to know?"
You called me, nigga.
I didn't
what?
answer because I thought it was some kind of joke or prank call. He suddenly broke the silence, saying, "I can see you." I responded with something like, "Nice try, but that's not very original."
I'm like, what I got on there?
Just then, I began to hear a train going by.
Nah,
My
you
house
gotta,
is right-
like, you gotta read actual stuff. Say you doing like what I'm telling y'all to do, like double down, and then they triple down. Like it's like I see you. What I got on? You got a black shirt with a black do-rag on. like what can you say? Like what? Like it's like I promise you, I'll freeze. I'm like, word. Yo, I wouldn't know what to say, cause you gotta, sometimes you just gotta test people bullshit. But then it's like, if they triple down on you doubling down, it's like. But then if you like really that person, like, so like you like always prepared, and then you like what's beyond like triple down? Like I'm gonna call it quadruple down. Like, so then you say you like quadruple down, and it's like, well, you got a white shirt and you in a black truck, and then it's like that'll be a cold ass movie scene. Man, I just gave somebody an idea. Y'all need to write the movie. Let me give
And
you
next to a
ideas.
set of train tracks, and I swear, over the phone, I could hear the same sound of a train passing in the background. As it got closer, the sound got louder in the phone. I panicked and hung up.
Nigga, what's
Nothing further ever happened. This was either a huge coincidence, or I really was being stalked. Around 30 years ago, I was lying in bed trying to fall asleep beside my wife, who had fallen asleep a few hours before. It was lightly raining outside, which helped me get to that state of half awake, half asleep, when the phone on the nightstand just beside me started ringing. I slowly sat up and picked up the receiver to determine if it was a fluke or an actual call. Stuff like that used to happen back then. I put the phone to my ear and sat in silence as I listened. It was just white noise. Until eventually I could make out two voices, two female voices. They were talking about a murder that had just occurred.
Yo, I know I'm pausing, but I got like, this is gonna lead into a story. This reminds me of a fucking sleep paralysis dream I fucking had, man. I think it's called sleep paralysis. But yo, I went to sleep. Like, it was at my old house. I went to sleep. Everything off, like for some, like usually I sleep with the TV on back then. But like everything was off. It was probably like a year or two ago. I went to sleep. And then like, I'm facing like my TV and like just the rest of my room so I can basically see everything, right? Bruh. It's middle of the fucking night. I just wake up. I don't know what time it is because I literally can't fucking move. If you ever been in a sleep paralysis state, you literally can't move. You can't do nothing. You can't talk. You can't do nothing. You just like these, just looking out into like the distance. But anyway, I heard two girls in my fucking room. Like y'all, when I say it was like shawty like right here and right here talking, like this bitch said he's finally here. Cuh. I was just locked. I was like, where the fuck is here? Like I can clearly see I'm in my fucking room, but I'm thinking like maybe I like entered a goddamn a different dimension, because like I'm like, what the like 1 + 2 is not equaling up, because what the hell, like y'all, like I was beyond shooken in my body, because like they literally sound like they right here, like talking like in my ear, talking about shh, he's finally here. And I can, like, it sounded like it's the girl on the fucking right, and the other one started laughing. Either, like, it was an amazing coincidence that maybe somebody in the house was, like, playing a fucking movie or some shit, but that whole shouldn't have been sounding that close. Something was not adding up. Like, ooh, but I get chills every time I talk about this.
I remember one of them going on about how they couldn't believe they had really just done it. This was followed by the other telling her to, quote, get out of there before the police arrived. They continued talking like this for a while as I just sat there still trying to process what I was hearing. Suddenly, one of the two asked the other if they heard someone else on the line. And with that, I hung up. I still don't know how something like this could have even happened.
Romance.
Maybe it was a prank call, back before prank calls were even really a thing.
30 years ago?
I told my wife about it the following morning.
Hell no.
It was my first time staying home alone, while my whole family was out at my brother's.
This is your home? What the
13.
fuck?
I was on the phone with a friend of mine.
Hell nah.
When someone beeped in on the other line.
Move.
I told her I'd be right back and clicked over lines. I gave a hello. There was a laugh, and then the words, I'm downstairs in your basement right now.
Stay there.
Honestly, I just shook it off and hung up thinking it was a prank call.
I don't give a damn. Stay there.
Our neighborhood was pretty safe, and so I figured it had to have been someone just messing with me.
Hell nah. How
I
the fuck
resumed
did you know you
talking
got a
with my
basement?
friend when they beeped in again, so I again clicked over. This time I was met with much more aggression. The voice said something about how I shouldn't have hung up on him and how he was coming upstairs.
Come up!
Suddenly,
Boo!
the lights downstairs started flickering and there was a banging under my feet. My dog ran to the corner of the living room. Now, our basement was actually just an area connected to the garage. It wasn't finished. I heard what sounded like footsteps coming up the garage stairs that led into our kitchen,
right when you come
accompanied
through that
by
door.
yelling. I kept trying to hang up and call the cops, but every time I tried, he was still on the phone. I managed to switch back to the line with my friend and told her to get her parents to call the police. I sat in a locked bedroom on the main floor, horrified, quietly crying, waiting for them to arrive. They finally showed up, by which point the man was gone.
How the hell?
There was no sign of forced entry, though the window on our outside garage door had been broken for months prior, and phone, my guess is he used that to get in. My family was ultimately skeptical, as police couldn't really come up with any solid evidence that this had actually happened. We did end up getting a security camera and fixed our garage window not too long after that, though.
Real shit.
But I still don't know if they truly believed me or not. This was back when I still had an old slider phone.
What the hell?
One day I got a random call asking for some girl named Sarah. I didn't even know a Sarah, so I told them they had the wrong number, to which they hung up without saying another word.
For sure.
For the next few months, I would get these same calls asking for Sarah maybe once or twice a week, sometimes at absurd hours in the night.
Why are you picking up?
This one time I got a call. Like usual, I said I didn't know Sarah. They hung up, but this time I went to my contacts and hit redial. After I did this, I was met with a robotic voice saying the number did not exist. I went back through my call history and tried calling some of the other numbers that had called me.
That was scared the shit out of me, I ain't gonna lie. But what?
The next time I got a call asking for Sarah, I said, "Oh yeah, she's right here."
Dumbass.
The person on the other end didn't hang up right away.
Dumbass.
But instead said, "No, she isn't." And the line went dead. After this, I started getting calls now from unknown numbers.
See, that's your fault.
This time there was no voice asking for Sarah. It was just silence until I said something, then they would hang up.
That's your fault.
The creepiest one I ever got was the time they didn't hang up right away after I said hello. I could hear someone on the other end, breathing, but not saying anything. There was just something really uneasy about all these calls. It caused me to get a new phone, after which I stopped getting the weird calls. I still don't know who this Sarah was, or why I kept getting calls about her. I was home alone by myself in my basement bedroom. I was playing games late into the night. It was like 3 a.m. when our house's landline started ringing. I didn't pick it up.
Thank God.
It rang several more times, and finally the voicemail picked up as I was walking up the stairs to finally answer it.
Beep.
I would have dismissed it as a prank call if it hadn't been for the voice. It was shaky and raspy. It felt real. I was frozen in place halfway up the stairs listening to it. The voice was trying to get me to pick up the phone, saying things like I would regret it if I didn't. Finally it ended, and I prayed that it wouldn't ring again. It did.
Damn.
The person left several more voicemails.
It's like...
They started out timid and shaky, but got more aggressive. It continued with, "If you don't give me what I want, I'm going to have to hurt you.
Bitch,
and
fuck
I need to
you.
get what you owe me.
The fuck?
I'm coming for you right now."
Come!
At
Like,
the end of each of them,
see,
the dial
man,
tone went off,
like,
and it
I
went
can't go through
staticky
no
as
shit
the
like
voice
this.
broke into sobs.
like, I be
They
tired.
kept calling and calling.
I get frustrated easily. Like,
This experience truly disturbed me. I mean, imagine being home alone in the middle of the night and hearing this voice coming from an upstairs phone. Nothing ever came of it though, and so I never told anyone else about it.
see, like it's like when you like I said, bruh, sometimes you just gotta triple down, like, cause you not finna just tease me, like you like it's the fucking phone, bitch. Like, who are you talking to, sir? Like, hey, if you really want to smoke, just come on out and we could really run them ones. But if you're not trying to do that, sir or madam, fuck you. Cause we not getting anywhere. Like, you just calling me. Like, you're wasting my time. 2, you're wasting yours. So either we get something rocking, or you just stay, or I'm not picking up no more, because you playing with my emotions, and I don't appreciate that. It's making my head hurt. I just want to go to sleep. I got work in the morning. So either we handle this right now, or I'm not picking up the fucking phone. You feel me? But yo, y'all stay safe. The world is fucking insane. And also watch the people that you surround yourself with, cause sometimes you give so many people like a leeway. You like, well I've been with this person for this amount of years, blah blah blah. But some of them people are some real ass haters, bro. Like, some people really want to like be in your position. Some people really want to have your looks, have your just have your goddamn life, and it's weird. So watch the people that you surround yourself with, and always keep striving for like greater and better but also be grateful for what you have now. That's the key thing, is to always be grateful for what you have. And I love y'all. Thank y'all for all love and support. And I'll see y'all next video. We out. Ah.